No matter who we are or where we come from, we all deserve to have a decent life. We deserve to feel strength and stability day after day. We deserve to know we have the power to take care of ourselves and build our own futures. At Habitat for Humanity, this is what unites us. Through shelter, we empower. Because you, me, we're all humans. And every single one of us deserves a fair shot. Donate or volunteer today.
Hello, I'm Ed Lee with Habitat for Humanity of Greater Cincinnati. This year we celebrate the 30th anniversary of building homes across the tri-state. The first Habitat for Humanity home was completed in Covington, Kentucky in 1987, and since then we've completed over 500 new builds and over 60 rehabs across the tri-state. I'd like to just pause and thank you for making it happen. Now let's hear some stories from our Habitat homebuyers.
I was working at a church in Westchester, Ohio, and I lived in an apartment, a small 2-bedroom apartment with my 3 children. I was a single parent, and I was talking to a friend of mine at work and saying, you know, I wish I had a way to get a house or a bigger apartment or a condo or something, because 3 kids in 1 bedroom isn't going to work. In an apartment building, you have as much security as you're afforded, but I was on a first floor that had a walkout, and I kept boards in the door so that no one could come in and get me at night. I was doing everything that I possibly could to maintain and take care of my children with the skill set I had, which was not a high-level skill set. And they took me and they put me in my own home where it stabilized us. It put me on my feet. And that's what I needed. Building your own home is a really powerful thing. You find out that you're not helpless and that you can do things. You just need somebody to help guide you a little bit. I would say for every person that volunteers at Habitat, whether it be a nickel, a dime, a sandwich you make, soup you deliver to the work site, picking up nails, sorting the trailer, whatever it is you do, whether it's write a thank you note or ask for a donation, you are changing someone's life in a positive way. You are giving them that hand up. Not that you're handing it to them, but you are joining with them and grabbing their hands and saying, come on, we can do this together. No matter how small, you can't do everything, but you can do something.
We were living in a duplex that was through public housing. I've always thought it was part of the American dream, and it's a little harder to come by now for some people. And to me, that was the ultimate American dream, to be a homeowner. Well, when we finished our house, it was something we were very proud of and we were very grateful for. We were grateful for all the people that helped us, and we were excited because it was ours. My favorite part about building the house, honestly, probably was the people. They were so fun and caring. You got to know them very well. They were very concerned with you. And they made it fun. I mean, it was hard work, but it was fun. On the other end of that, it was a lot of hard work. That was kind of the hard thing. You gave up every Saturday, in our case for 6 to 8 months, I'm not sure, and you were out in the hot sun, and you were out doing things, and it wasn't just an easy thing, but at the same time, you felt, I've done my part. I'm putting my hand in this, and I've built this myself. I would say it is worth every risk or every thing you would have to do to own the home. Whether it's mowing your grass, painting your walls, making repairs, it's still worth it because it's your home. It's your American dream.
At that time, I was working at Children's Services, 2-for-1 Kids, and I was a single parent of 3. I don't know how some families are just so tough and they just make it work with little bitty space with the kids and clothing and working and not a good neighborhood or falling down stuff, but some kind of way I just made it work. We just made it work. My life before the house, I used to have low self-esteem. I remember 4 years before I moved to Madisonville, I called a friend of mine and I told her that I was thinking about giving my kids up for adoption because we were in a small apartment and I just thought somebody else can take better care of them. And she was like, Tina, no, you just have to pray. You just need to start going to church. And that's when I started going to single parent groups. And I just started putting into the single parent groups what I want to get out of it. So I found that it's a lot of single parents. It's a lot of people felt the same way that I did. It was just a blessing because it was something that I worked for. I got my own money up, and at the time I had a Subaru. I think I moved all my stuff in a Subaru. I would like to say thank you so much. You still are in my hearts and in my prayers. Thank you so much for coming out just to help me. It was just so many ladies, gentlemen, and everything just coming out just to help little on me, and that helped me give more. I always was a giver. When I did get my house, I started giving more. I really, really did.
I got 3 boys, and we live in Lower Price Hill, and that's all I want to do is just own my own home for my kids. It was just a safety of the neighborhood and the house itself. Well, my kids can't go outside and play because it was a lot of violence down there, and the house was not in a good shape. But now they can get out, they can play, so now it's a lot better. I can just do so much with my kids now that I didn't do when I was living down in Lower Price Hill. So it was a lot of work, but I learned a lot because I never built a house, so I learned a lot. How to finance, how to do everything that you need to keep up on your house. It was just the best thing that ever happened to us because, you know, I just signed on a home that I thought I would never own a home, and finally that I did.
The greatest thing about the house is when I pull in the driveway, I get this real sense of peace. You know, the color, everything that you've picked out, you know that it's like an extension of yourself. The benefit for having a Habitat house is you have a very reasonable mortgage, whereas with Section 8, it depends on your income. If your income goes up, your rent goes up. So it was like I could never get ahead. It was a very humbling experience because you knew that you didn't do it alone. There were so many people there helping and encouraging you and just wanting the best for you. So it was very humbling knowing that, yeah, I helped build it, but I wasn't alone. Having a Habitat home has changed our life in so many ways. From, you know, learning how to finance better and being able to see your money, to be able to save. You know, you feel privileged that knowing that this is something that you can do, you can pass on to other people.
I was living in a 2-family house and I had 3 children and they were in 2 bedrooms and the age difference didn't add up, and I knew that I needed to have each child into their own separate bedroom. When we moved into that home, we had a sense of obligation and responsibility to take care of that home and to take care of ourselves. I think after being there, we were there for maybe about 3 years, and then we had a fire, yeah, and the whole house was totaled. We lived in a hotel for maybe about 2 weeks, and then they relocated us in a house up on Mount Auburn on Dorchester, and we lived there for 6 months until the house was rebuilt. If it wasn't for Helen and Habitat for Humanity and Ed, the support that they gave us and being there, the day of the fire, Helen was right there. She was right there. I mean, the fire trucks and everything, and police and people and the news people and stuff, because it was all on the news. Helen was right there by my side. And I was so thankful because I knew that was going to be okay. I knew that we were going to end up being in another home there because I knew I had their support. And it was a blessing. It was a blessing. Even though I lost just about everything, you know, having my homeowner insurance, having the support of Habitat, and helping and Helen directing me and instructing me on the steps to take was nothing but a blessing. It was, you know, it was all meant to happen the way that it did happen, I believe.
I was staying on the 3rd floor in the 2-bedroom with 3 sons. I had to build a wall for the 2 older 2 so they can have their own space, but it was so large up there, the closet, that was my youngest son's bedroom. 2 of my co-workers, they own Habitat homes, and said, hey, Dale, you might qualify. So I said, well, I'll give it a shot. I've been in Avondale 50+ years, so I was living in Avondale. Avondale was a city within the city with all the businesses, nursing homes, funeral homes, hospital, the zoos and the university. And I've saw the downfall, and I'm looking at it right here today, rising again. And I think it's been fantastic. It's a foundation because it brings you together. I mean, everybody's there. I mean, you can eat together. I mean, it's just more settled. So you don't have people over you or living on the side of you or whatever issues they're dealing with. You don't have to deal with that. You're in your own personal home.
Please help build it.
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 unbelievable prices.
A huge selection.
New merchandise every day.
From cabinets to appliances, furniture, and just about everything you need around the house, you'll find it at Restore and at big discounts.
So shop today and save.
I just picked up some cabinets and saved big bucks. You'll never know what you'll find for your home.
And the proceeds go to Habitat for Humanity.
So shop now and save at Habitat for Humanity Restore with 4 locations near you.
I started the Habitat process after trying to buy a house and being unable to qualify for a traditional mortgage. And I didn't really think it would happen because there's so many families that need affordable housing, and I cannot thank Habitat enough for what you guys do. Because for the first time in my life, since becoming a mother, I'm not afraid of how I'm gonna provide for them anymore. Gotta get through this so you can actually hear me. I'm not afraid of their future, of not being able to help them buy their first car and go to college, buy their books. I can help them with that stuff now because I can actually afford my house. I can afford my life, and it's an incredible blessing, and I would never want anybody to feel the weight of the fear of not being able to provide, but I wish I could pass that on to you just for a moment so you knew what your gift of time, your sweat, your hard labor is doing for us, and the weight that it lifted off of my shoulders as a mother. To St. Elizabeth, to your guys' commitment to build not only my house, but 4 others' families' houses in the Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky area is incredible. The volunteers that you sent out were incredible, friendly, loving people that I feel privileged to have been able to build my house with. To my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother who came out and worked with me, and to my best friend Nick Paget, who was here every single Saturday. I think with the exception of 2 since we started building, I couldn't have done it without you. Incredibly thankful, and I hope that you know that the time that you spent here building my house won't be wasted. You really helped lift me up so that I can build a better future for them. And then to Scott, my site supervisor who kept this thing going, always patient with me because I'm incredibly clumsy and I don't know what I'm doing with any kind of power tool. Thank you for building me a beautiful home. That's it.
So,
gosh, I think I'm gonna lose it. Hold on.
sorry.
Okay.
Y'all just don't know.
I don't think anybody will ever understand how grateful my family is.
My name is Alana and I am 7 years old.
My name is Jaden. I go to Purcell Marian High School.
My name is Jacayla.
My name is Daquan Harper.
My name is Heaven Evans.
My name is Mariah and I'm 15 years old. My old home was small and cluttered.
I lived in an apartment.
I lived in an apartment.
I lived in an apartment. I never had my own room before. In my new house, we have a basement and I have my own room.
I like to play basketball in my backyard, and I have my own bedroom.
I'm the oldest and I have my own room.
I like having barbecues in the backyard. I like to have Christmas at my house.
What I love about my room is that it's just me in there. It's just me in there. I can put up pictures of Justin Bieber without my sister being mad.
A lot of my siblings help build with friends and some people from my church.
My mom, my dad, and my uncle help in my home.
It's my mom, my uncle, and my big cousin Anthony. My mom and some of her friends. And Miss Debbie, she helped paint my room.
I think Habitat will build over 1,000 houses in about a month if they have more money and more volunteers.
Like millions.
We need 1 trillion more houses.
I believe that every family deserves a good home.
When I get older, I'll help build it.
I help build it.
I'll help build it.
I'll help build it. I'll help build it.
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 Help build it. Help build it.
Help build it.
Whether you help build it